All right, so good evening to us all. Uh, you're welcome to a new week on our Mondays Zoom session. I'll be making few people co-host so they can help admit people into the room. However, like I said, our capacity is up to 100 people. So in case you are sharing this with someone else who is your downliner or your prospect, and they are unable to join if the capacity has been filled. You just have to give them, there is a YouTube link I have also shared so that they can enjoy it from there. Uh, to upgrade my capacity also comes with a cost. I normally subscribe to Zoom for a year. And the one that subscription I do is to have 100 capacity. So to upgrade it will have to come with an additional cost. I am still looking into it and see how best I can handle that. But for the time being, YouTube is free. Anyone who is unable to join from here can just follow us on the YouTube, can also put their questions on the live chat section over there, and it will be handled. It's rather unfortunate. We cannot exceed the 100. So if somebody wants to join it live, they need to be very quick and join, because I have seen most of the times we hit 100 and I still see other people in the waiting room, which we cannot approve them unless somebody's network fails them and they are kicked out, and then you are able to enter. So to provide fairness for us all, that is why I have just added the YouTube aspect to it for the time being. Okay. So I'll be making few people some co-hosts, not plenty. And please, if I make you a co-host, it means that I need your assistance uh, trying to admit people into the call room. Uh, so it is not just because you are a leader in your group, because whilst I'm presenting, I cannot come back and approve people joining. So I think I'll be making people that I'm familiar with their names. However, if you also feel like you need to be made an admin to assist me, you can raise your hand. But I have few people that they are very uh, familiar to me. So I will be making them as well. But anyone who is willing to be made a co-host can raise their hand, and then it will be sorted out. Okay, Abdul Razak, you're communicating with for some time, but I've made you a co-host. Your name sounds familiar, so you can assist me as well. Mm, who else? I think some of you, your names today, you are not using the names I'm familiar with. But it's okay in case anyone else want to be made an admin. You can raise your hand and you'll be. giving that opportunity to help us navigate the room, admitting people into the call so we can have some smoothness. All right, so I think I can commence because I already have two admins available. So with those, I can proceed. All right, so once again, good evening to everyone. Good evening from Ghana, to be precise. Um, Mondays are for our Zoom meeting, and I always say that the Monday Zooms is for my private uh, downlines, people that they are in my team, people that they are in my team. However, we thought it wise to extend it to other existing team. You may not be in my team, you may not be directly in my team, but since we are talking of the same thing and we are in the same thing, I decided that we extend it to other teams so that others will benefit. And like I always say that there is nothing that you've never heard uh, from other presenters and other presentations that you have attended. And mine is not to undermine any other content that you have been presented to. Over here, we try to add additional layers for our learning because I believe in there is one thing being in a project and another thing, at least knowing the fundamentals of that whole project and the concept so that you will be rest assured of the decisions that you made in joining. And so that is why most times there will be a bit of differences in the slides I use. It is the same slide, the same content that we have over there, but we add little things to it so that we will learn. Because the reason why I came out with this was that when I joined Cryptus, during our time, there were not much presentations like these days. And if you go to social media, you'll be reading a whole lot of negative stuff. And if care is not taken, you might end up uh, asking yourself, did I make the right decision? Did I make the right decision? However, we made the right decision. We actually made the right decision. And so I thought it was that, okay, so I think people do not understand the concept. All that we know, people know is that there's a project that they are doing staking and they are giving staking capital and all that. But to break those concepts down, why are they doing that? Why do they do that? Why is it not following the traditional staking that we know, the way that we know staking to be? If these things are not well broken down, you will realize that you will keep on having fear and not trusting the decision that you made on your own. That is why we have Mondays, but the general Zooms are from Sundays and Wednesday. That one we all attend. So we are here to do over here. Yes, we're going to talk about the project. We're going to talk about the benefits of them. We are going to talk about possibly the estimated amount and some few other evidences. But that does not erase we understanding the concepts that they are deploying to do. All right, so let's keep the ball rolling. The $100 financial solution. This one, you have met it always, sometimes on all slides. All right, so the platform we're going to talk about is called Bytnex platform, which was formerly called Cryptex. It was formerly called Cryptex. And unless somebody who just joined after October 15th last year, such people would have come to meet the new name. but we used to be called Cryptus, and now we are using a new name, and that new name does not mean that it is a new platform. It's that same old platform that has been given a new name. And this new name did not just happen like that. Something necessitated it to be. And we're going to look at that as well. So the reason why they changed the name from the old name that we knew since its inception, it's been called Cryptus. And I remember those days, anyone who joins me, there is a video presentation I did and I share with them. And we explained, we saw several domains that also uses Cryptus. And we drew the conclusion. And in fact, those earlier times, people that were attending my Zooms, that is my inner circle, I made them to understand that there are so many projects bearing the same name. I am looking forward that Cryptus look into that to change the name or do something about it, because most of the um, names that has to do with Cryptus, some of them were actually some scammed projects and all that. And so it was actually painting projects black, and that I wish they will look into and do something about their names. And fortunately for us, in October 2025, the name change. And what led to that? So they made us understand. If you go to your dashboard, at the top of it, uh, you will see that there is a place that they've written Bytnex News. You click on that, it's going to give you the full information as to why the name was changed. So where is Cryptus? Why banished now? What happened? For more than a year, we have been under extreme pressure from authorities and financial regulators. We are being accused without any basis of collaborating with or being considered a crypto exchanger. Bytnex is not a crypto exchanger. That is wanted for fraud, money laundering, sanctions violations, and much more. We have explained several times that we have nothing to do with this person or company and have never cooperated with them. It is just a coincidence that the name of our community club is Cryptus, as to the same name of that particular project that was cited for money laundering, fraud, and that. For this reason, we have decided to choose a new name for our community club. From now on, our community club is called Bytnex. So this is what led to the name change, but it is the same old project. I have read something from the Facebook before, where the day that the name was changed, people were making so many assumptions and just saying a whole lot of stuff without they not reading what the project themselves have put for us to read. So this is what led to the name change, but it is the same old project that we've been reading on. So just in case you are new here, and maybe you have heard that the name was Cryptus and you are hearing Bytnex, it is not two different platforms. It is the same platform that we are dealing with. All right, so as I always do, there is always a risk disclaimer that needs to be given out. Participants are responsible for their own actions. There is no guarantee that Bytnex will fulfill their promises or projected returns. There could be many unforeseen factors that will make Bytnex incapable of fulfilling their promises. Please be aware of this. Staking carries a risk. That was a typological error. There shouldn't be in the Bytnex is an online-based platform. They do not guarantee that you will always have the same results. Yes, because most times we are always debating on earlier payout people receive. Some do 3 years and they receive 35. Some did other stuff and they're receiving many. And so we are always trying to debate that indeed we're going to get 35 for 3 years. However, uh, there is not going to be a guarantee for that. It could be same, it could be more. So don't be thinking that the fact that somebody has received that amount, indeed, they did 3 years, so you're also going to receive the same. That is activate DeFi hybrid contract with money that you can afford to lose. Should Bytnex fail to fulfill the projected figure or amount of returns? For past performance is never an indicative for future results. So somebody did 3 years and they received 35. You are also doing 3 years and you are aiming at 35. You could receive same, you could receive more, you could receive less. All things being equal, whatever you shall receive, you just have to understand that it is always above the little money that you use to buy those contracts. All right, so everything that we need to know about this particular platform, Cryptex or Bytnex. There are many key benefits being associated with Bytnex project. In this project, it allows you to benefit from a starting balance. It allows you to benefit from a starting balance. It is only this project that staking capital is not coming from your pocket. That is why they pride themselves to be the first ever in the world to have come out with a project of staking where they provide the capital. So when you join this project, you have the benefit from starting balance that they provide for us. So you enjoy that benefit of either $30,240 or $43,200, and you only pay $100 activation fee. You only pay $100 activation fee. You can also turn that activation fee as processing fee. You want to purchase a contract, the contract as the capital, but for you to access that capital, that contract, you need to pay an activation fee. And so $100 activation fee allows you to get either a 30,240 or 43,200. All right. So before this project got incepted, because of what they are coming out to do, because of what they want to do, because they are going to be the people to secure the capital. And so there is a need for them to put in some few things that will, one, give confidence to the key players that they seek to seek the capital from, the key players. And so they put down some basic rules that would make these key players accept the deal. Because if they don't make that basic rules, I think my thought that the key players wouldn't accept this whole deal. You remember, I walked you through the journey, that's their roadmap, and we saw that there was a time that they had to go and do presentation with the insurance company. They had to go and do presentation with the investment banks just to explain what they seek to achieve, what they are bringing on board, the benefits that they also stand to gain. And so these were the rules that they made. All involved founders, banks, insurance companies, and users remain absolutely anonymous. That's a completely private community. They made this so that for the protection of the financial institutions they're going to work with. The fact that you join projects and you read about them We try to put everything about them there so that you understand who they are, their philosophies and all that. And so some projects can also even mention the partnerships they have with other big investors or other stuffs. And so when you are into such a project, you already know they are partners. You get it. But because of what they are trying to do and to protect the financial institutions, basically the banks, they have to make this rule that, you know what, we need to partnership together. We need this partnership for the purposes of providing us the capital, and you stand to benefit from it. You know what? But we are not going to mention you. We are not going to write about you on our platform, on our website. We are not mentioning anybody there. Everyone in the project, which is even the founders of the platform, the banks, insurance companies, all shall remain anonymous. That was the first thing that made the key players to accept the deal. Then they also went ahead to make that second rule that says that the wallet holders, which is you and I, cannot withdraw the capital provided by the bank. And then the staking profit during the entire time. Wait a minute. We are seeking loans, or we are seeking capital being provided or liquidity from the financial institutions like the leasing companies, which includes, and also the investment banks. And you are going to provide this to wallet holders who are anonymous. So you completely have no details about them. So therefore, this is what we're going to do. The wallet holders will never have access to the capital you provided. That gives the banks the confidence, because no bank can grant such capital to an unknown member, unknown client who just registers on the website. So this second rule was very important. It was intentional so that the bank will feel that confidence. And indeed, you can all testify, whoever has a contract with Cryptus or Bytnex has never been able to withdraw the capital, neither the staking profit, whilst they are staking is still in progress. So they made the bank aware that, you know what, this capital can never be withdrawn. And also the staking profit, because, you know, the bank is giving this capital. So let's look at it in a way, in quotes, a loan. And when a bank grants anyone a loan, the bank is looking forward for interest to be paid. And so if they don't make that strategic decision that staking profit can also not be withdrawn during the entire time, I tell you, if they should allow us to be withdrawn our staking profit and tell us that, you know what, every year ensure that there is some money there that we can deduct, most of us, the time that there is deduction, we'll be having zero balances. And so the system operators have to be very smart about this to ensure that what they seek to achieve is made. And so they said capital and staking profit can never be withdrawn by the wallet holders. After that term, the capital is immediately retained, and then the remaining proceeds are settled with the wallet holder. And finally, they made it that all monthly insurance premiums, monthly DeFi contract management fees, and annual bank interest are settled exclusively by staking profit and are not dependent on the wallet holder, which means that after you activate a contract with your $100 or whatever amount that you use to purchase whatever number of contract that you want to purchase, that is the only money ever spent from your pocket. Cryptus or Bytnex is not going to be asking you to pay some fees extra from your pocket. You are not obligated to do that. Whatever fees that must be deducted every month, which is insurance premium, whatever fees that must be deducted, which is the DeFi, activated DeFi contract fees, management fee that Bytnex receives every month, and the interest on the loan every year are all going to be catered for by the staking profit. So these rules were made, and then they finally got the deal that they want to have. That is why whenever we activate a contract, immediately the capital is already granted and staked on our behalf. If not these rules, that went well with the financial institutions. I tell you, cryptos wouldn't have been able to do that. All right, so what then is Bytnex? Bytnex is built with the intent of staking on the blockchain for the purpose of getting legitimate reward in return for participating in the blockchain consensus protocol. So the whole intent of this platform is to do staking on the blockchain. Now, this means that over here, there is nothing like trading. They are not speculating anything. They are just taking on the blockchain that handles all these businesses. And whether the crypto market goes up or down, stakers do not worry. Because when the crypto market is going down, when crypto market is crashing, people are in fear of losing their money. You see them selling off their coins. They want to safeguard it. And whatever they do when the market is down or whatever, these are activities that are ongoing on the blockchain. There is always something that stays also exist, unless maybe somewhere along the line they decide to stop it themselves. But once they decide to stop it themselves, it does not mean that blockchain has stopped. So the project still will last so far as blockchain exists. And so they leverage on earth funds from the banks, which is backed and secured by insurance companies to provide its community the ability to win on some roads with a low activation fee per DeFi staking contract. Digital assets within a blockchain network. And so when we lock a digital asset within a blockchain network,
Hello, Eastwood, can you hear me? We can't hear you.
I think he's having network issue. Network. I think he's having network issue. If you check now, he's not online.
It's
I
not online
guess.
again.
Yeah. I guess network is dealing with him. So let's give him some time. Okay, he's back. He's back.
So Africa and our network. Africa and our network. I'm back. So I used to do that classes, not a class, it's a free learning zone. I used to do them every Tuesday where we break some of these concepts down so we understand. I'll be looking forward to resume that after what I'm doing with some few people. I'll be done with them this week. So maybe let's look at, God willing, June, we should be starting our learning again. So that will be done as well. So now you must take note of this. Most staking systems operate under proof of stake consensus. Most staking systems operate under proof of stake consensus. So when it comes to this proof of stake, this is where that the blockchain does not need miners to validate transactions, but they need who they call validators, to validate the transactions. All right. So that's one aspect of the general knowledge we are seeking to do. So DeFi staking, if I'm right, yeah. DeFi staking, what then is DeFi staking? DeFi staking involves locking your crypto, take note of the word, your cryptocurrency. So under normal circumstances, when it comes to staking ought to be done with your own capital. So that is why Cryptus or Bytnex is priding itself to be the world's #1 or first ever to ever introduce that type of mechanisms where staking is not done with your money. You get it? So, you lock in your cryptocurrency into a decentralized finance protocol, usually smart contract. So smart contract is very key. We will be looking at these things. Should we be happy because there's smart contract? When there's smart contract, does it mean that everything is secure? We'll be looking at these things. Is smart contract that holds the pools and that holds the staking and controls everything, devoid of issues? Is this risk-free? Can nothing happen to it or something can happen to it? We'll be looking at these things, God willing, in the month of June, once we resume in our learning, so you can understand some of these things and you'll know the risk that also comes with when these things are mentioned. And so usually smart contract to support network operations, such as validating transactions. And once they do that, in return for contributing to the network security and liquidity, you receive rewards typically in a form of more cryptocurrency. So let's take a typical example. Like if one of the things that we don't know, we all in cryptos or Binance do not know, is the kind of or the type of blockchain that staking is being done on. We all don't know. Whatever we will say will be like we are assuming. Because if I read through all that, they have the script that they have on their website. They didn't mention the exact one, but you can just guess around it to have a clue of the particular network that they are staking on, the blockchain network. And so let's take an example. If they are staking on Ethereum blockchain, that means that now for you to stake on Ethereum blockchain, you would need the native token of the blockchain. So that means that the capital are staked in the native token of that particular blockchain. So if they are using Ethereum, then it means that the capital that is being provided, although they said we'll get they said that this capital are provided in USD, in US dollar. That's, so to put it, fiat currency, because they are dealing with banks. So is it fiat currency they are staking? We cannot stake fiat currency. So that means that there are system behind the scene that is able to convert that fiat money into a cryptocurrency. In other words, based on the type of blockchain network they are staking on, so that they can do these things for us. We'll get there. Let's hope for strength so we can do more learning into this come June. Okay, so you'll be earning rewards typically in the form of more cryptocurrency, functioning as a form of passive income, similar to earning interest in the traditional savings account. So let's then look at what product or asset is Cryptex or Bytnex offering. Now, the products or the assets that they offer is that DeFi hybrid contract. Now, I think weeks ago or some months ago, I was explaining my personal research I did. The first time I ever came across Cryptex, wanted to understand if this whole concept is something new that they are just bringing on board, or this is something existing and they are utilizing it. And so those of you on the call, I was reading some confidential documents where we were explaining these things like that. Hybrid, why is it called hybrid and all that? Okay, so a DeFi hybrid contract will consist of two parts. One, there's a smart contract. And this smart contract is what is the code that runs exclusively on the blockchain. The moment blockchain is mentioned, then it means there is going to be a deployment of a smart contract. Now, there is also a decentralized Oracle network. This one, which are secured off-chain. Take note. So we will look at this thing sometime. We have off-chains and on-chains. What are these? When do we use on-chains? When do we use off-chains? So I will be personally inviting you when we start our learning. We started some projects, bent our ends, and that born this gave birth to the crypto knowledge arena group. And once we start, I will be glad majority of us will join to learn as well. So you understand some of the things that you are seeing Cryptex or Bytnex doing. So you make well-informed decisions in it. So these are secured off-chain services that support the smart contract. So the product that they offer is DeFi hybrid, decentralized finance. Hybrid because it coordinates with blockchain and that financial systems in place. That's why we call it hybrid. Maybe one of these days we will read that document again for our learning. So who owns Bytnex? Nobody has come forward to claim the ownership of Bytnex since its official launch in 2019 to date. I intentionally use 2019, and if you are on this call, you would actually understand why I use the official date as 2019. I'm not going to go back. You understand why I made that. So this is 100% anonymous project, just like the inventor of Bitcoin. To date, we don't know whether Satoshi Nakamoto is an individual name or it's a group of people's name or something. But however, they invented the modern blockchain by implementing it for Bitcoin way back in 2008. But we are told that they maintain partnerships with banks, insurance companies, and its participants. I have tried talking to people about Cryptex or Bytnex, and one general question that keeps coming, even if you would explain it over and over, you will still meet that question being asked. You said they are in partnership with banks. Can you give me the names of the bank? Even when you have told them that this is an anonymous project, they will still be asking. I don't understand. Why anonymous project? There are some questions we cannot answer. Yes, they have right to ask these things. And when they ask to, don't let us bash them. They have every right to. You see, some of the questions people ask out there, for me, per my understanding, they are vital and valid questions. Just that we do not have the right answers for them. I have been in a meeting that somebody asked this question and the host have to say that, no wonder you are an African. No wonder you are poor. What does it got to do with that? They want to understand. We don't have answers. You tell them no answer. We cannot tell. So that is why those days I wasn't having this in my slide, the 3 rules. So anytime somebody asks me any question and I'm not able to find accurate answers for them in that regard, I just give them these 3 rules that, you know what, the project operators themselves made these 3 rules. As to why they made these 3 rules, I don't know, but I think that they made these 3 rules to ensure that the key players will accept the offer they are bringing on board. We are done. Then you see that they will not ask question again. They have every right to access, so let's educate them. So we all know that they maintain partnership with banks, insurance companies, and 8 participants. And what are these key players? In our slides, we see that there is a DeFi staking contract. That is one player. That is a smart contract. There is an account holder, which is you and I, insurance company, and then the banks. I always call the insurance company and the banks as the key players because, the DeFi hybrid contract will become useless if the 2 key players have not agreed to the offer. All right. So how does this work? How does this work? How does this work? As we all know, there's partnership. And so they are in partnership with leasing companies, offshore investment banks, and insurance companies. The bank provides the bulk money, which is the capital, in US dollars. And this can only be activated with a non-refundable minimum $100 in Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash. So from the onset, the moment your DeFi hybrid activation goes through, you have forfeited the fee that you paid. It's not going to be refunded. It's only refunded only when it could not go through. But once the contract is activated, you have lost that money. That's why they said it's a non-refundable. So don't be thinking that, okay, what if along the line I want my money back? You can decide to stop the project, but there is nothing coming for you. The insurance companies and Bytnex take defined monthly, and then the bank a yearly percentage fee from the rewards that are paid to its participants. So every day you're staking profit that you earn, it is accumulated, compounded. That is what they use to pay the fees like the insurance premium, because every capital that the bank releases into a DeFi hybrid contract is insured. And so therefore, there is an insurance premium that are always taken every month. My co-host, I can see people in the waiting room, kindly approve them. Daily rewards are auto compounded throughout the staking period. So that's the power of compounding. If there were no compounding, I tell you, the projected figures that we even mentioned, it will never even reach. So for knowledge purposes also again, why capital and earnings are shown in USD. Now, you and I can bear with me. If you go to your back office, whatever you see there got nothing to do with crypto. The earnings there do not show anything like crypto. You are not seeing earnings in Bitcoin. You are not seeing earnings in Ethereum. Neither are you seeing earnings in Solana, what have you. Whatever earnings and even the capital are all in USD. So this is also the general knowledge aspect. So according to everything in Bytnex or cryptos, staking capital is in USD. That we all can confirm, 43,200 or 30,240. There is also a combo aspect that the capital is more than what we are seeing. Okay, now daily earnings are displayed in USD. You and I can see. You look at your daily profit, you look at your weekly profit, you look at your monthly profit, and even you look at your what do you call your referral commissions. All these are in USD. So that's why I'm putting this aspect as general knowledge purposes. When I put general, what I mean is that these are not something that you can see them, you have read them from the Cryptex or Bytnex website themselves. Per what we have read and how we have understood them is where we are generating this general knowledge from to serve several purposes. Why is it in USD? Like I said, to stake, we do staking on the blockchain. And to stake, you need to stake a digital asset, cryptocurrency. It could be Ethereum, it could be Solana, whatever. So you must understand why they have in USD. And that is what I have understood. Cryptocurrency prices fluctuate evenly. So using USD, one, stabilizes displayed earnings. Because you can bear with me and you can actually accept the fact that should earnings are being in Bitcoin. So I'm using Bitcoin in the sense that whenever we withdraw, they pay us in Bitcoin. You get it? So if earnings were to be in Bitcoin, you see your accumulated profit will always fluctuate because at one point Bitcoin is up, at another point Bitcoin is down. So by the time you are seeing today, tomorrow, you are not seeing something stable. And so from their own mind, that's why I'm putting it as general purposes or general knowledge. They are using USD just to stabilize displayed earnings. That means that there is a system behind the scene that's, you see, all the staking that they have done, it does not mean that the staking is in USD. I've explained to you that staking, we do staking or locking digital assets, which is cryptocurrency. So it means that behind the scene now, these guys, just that we don't know the network that they are staking on, but we can assume that it could be Ethereum, it could be others as well. They are only trying to, from our back office, find something that is stabilized to avoid too much fluctuations on people's dashboard. So they are using that USD to stabilize that displayed earnings, to simplify contract calculations. Because, they know that, you see, of all their 1 point something, today I read something, I read an article and looks like they are now around 2 million people. So they know that not all the 2 million people will all be crypto experts to understand something. So they have to make things easy for even the lay person. And so USD also helps to reduce perceived volatilities. Therefore, the USD representation is easier for users to understand what they are seeing on their back office. So that is why, to me, I think that everything on our dashboard are being displayed in USD. And two, the banks that they are dealing with, the banks are not crypto banks. So far as they are banks providing this capital, they would definitely receive that capital in USD. But the operators of the system have put in several mechanisms to ensure that at the end of the day, staking are done in that digital asset. One benefit One, the insurance company, they insures the wallet for total loss and credit defaults. And we also saw that these policies have been developed and adapted by the partner insurers specifically for this project. And the insurance company is benefiting because it receives from the staking profit without interruptions. They are for the agreed term. Remember the 3 rules that they made, that all monthly insurance premiums will be catered for using the staking rewards, staking profit. The bank also benefit because on the basis of this insurance coverage, the partner banks provide the capital. They receive from the staking profit without interruption, secured an annual interest for the agreed term. Then you, the wallet holder. I should have also put what Cryptex or Bytnex also earn. They also earn every month, every activated contract, regardless of the year, whether 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, or 7 years, regardless, the project operators receives $30 each. We are not even talking of when people withdraw the withdrawal profit, the withdrawal charges that Cryptex or Bytnex is charging. We are not talking of that. And we also remember, I told that per what we read from their website, they are into validations. And so they have actually set up nodes and master nodes. I've explained all these things. So it looks like it's a portion of what they earn is what they distribute to the stakers. So that is also, but we don't know how much they earn that they paid that 0.03 to us. But if you look at the activated contract, you will realize that if, let's say, let's assume we have 1 million people, and all the 1 million, each of us is having just one contract, activated contract. Yes, as a matter of fact, we have people that they have more than one, but we are just assuming. So if $30 is deducted per a contract, and we are all having one contract, it means that every month the project operators are receiving 30 million every month. I was telling my team the other day that who will ever stop receiving this kind of money and say that because I am the infrastructural provider, they provide the website, and so they're going to stop doing this and they go there somewhere. They are receiving this every month. So in a year, they are collecting about $30-something million just for contract management, where we assume that just everyone is having one contract, but we have people that they have more than 2 and 3. So that estimate, that 30 million is an average they earn every month. So no wonder they do maintenance here and there because money is there. Because do you know how much it takes or how much it costs to run one maintenance for that setup? So these are the stuff that we think of. If something is not real, then what is holding these people to be around for this number of years? What is holding them? Go and do your research. How much it costs to run one setup maintenance? And they can do, just recently, the site went off for like 2 times or 3 times in a week. How much did it cost them? We are not talking of the withdrawal charges. We are talking of the contract management fees that they collect, $30 each. Maybe next Monday I'll have to add that one too. this aspect where we are talking about everyone benefits. So the wallet holder, which is you and I, the respective contract is settled after the agreed time. The capital is paid back to the bank, and the remaining profit are booked to the wallet of the holder. The wallet balance can then be paid out immediately using the available method, and currently the available method they use is Bitcoin. However, let's take note of this. There is no magic behind the system of cryptos or Bytnex. The capital gains are not generated from the fee of $100. You know, one time I came across one YouTuber who made a wrong caption. He said how to turn $100 into 35,000. This is wrong, because you might let it sound like it's your $100 that is going to do the magic. Even if you are the best crypto expert, you cannot grow $100 to that amount within a space of 3 years. You get it? So the magic is not with your $100, but these capital gains are generated by or from the starting capital, which is you either get 30,240 or you are getting 43,200, or you are doing a combo that you are getting 453,600. This is the starting capital that is growing. It is not the activation fee. It is never the activation fee. Let's continue. So to participate with only $100 activation fee, you can secure a 2 or 3 or 5 or 7-year DeFi staking hybrid contract with just $100. So that $100 allows you to have one single contract. And that one single contract, you can decide that you want your $100 to get you a 2-year contract, or a 3-year contract, a 5-year contract, or 7-year contract. So when your $100 is used, it helps you to activate a contract that contains a starting balance of, if you go for 3 years, you are getting 30,240, both 3 years and 2 years. When you activate 3 years or 2 years, you are getting 30,240 as the starting capital. That is the amount of money that is starting the deal on your behalf. So if you also use your $100 to maybe purchase a 5-year contract or 7-year contract, the starting balance is 43,200, either for 5 years or 7 years. Either for 5 years or 7 years. And these starting balances compound automatically over the length of the term. Now, each participant is considered an account holder and may open an account anonymously with just an email address upon registration. So you only just need an email. You don't need to be entering your name or whatever. You don't need that. There's nothing like enter your name, do some verification. No. It's just with an email. You are good to enter into Cryptos or Bytnex. Like I said, there is also a combo package that costs 1,000 activation fee, $1,000. This combo is not a single contract. It's not a single unit, but this combo will have 15 units in that pool for you. And so this one, you are able to secure 2 or 3 years. The combo that costs 1,000, you cannot have for 5 years, neither can you have for 7 years. It's only for either 2 or 3 years. And that one, it will contain a starting balance of 453,600, either 2 years contract or 3-year contract. Take note that the one that will start with you, that 453,600, is a combo package, and that one costs a $1,000. It doesn't cost $100. $100, the $100 doesn't give you 453,000. The $100 will give you either 30,240 or 43,200. A simple, but the combo has 15 units in that pool. And therefore, that one starts with 1,600. All right. Let's make progress. So the various contract, we have 24 months contract, we have 36 months contract. As we already know, we have 60 and an 84 month contract. But let me just quickly not talk plenty over here. There's an insurance premium that is 210 for if it is 2 years or 3 years. If it is 2 years or 3 years, there's a 210 insurance premium deducted every month. If it is 5 or 7 years, the insurance premium is $300. And these are taken from your staking profit. It doesn't request you to put in another money to be taken. No. Then we also have the handling fee. This is called the contract management fee that they collect $30 per a contract, activated contract every month. And this was what I was talking about. This is what they make that kind of money every month. And these are some of the money they use if you are doing maintenance rough. There's money there to run one maintenance. And you can imagine having several servers. And you know, when they were switching from the old domain to the new domain, you see, it was just very quick. You see, that thing that they did, if it were to be other project, this would have taken months to fully migrate. I was telling my team the other time that, you know, when money is available, you can do anything. So I'm very sure, you see, the technicians are there, the people are there to work. But we need this work very quick. I tell you, they are paying express fee for that too. They might have paid express fee for that. Look at within a week, everything was migrated with no issue. Money was talking. Where is the money coming from? Let's even assume it is coming from this $30 they deduct every month. It is not only you who have joined Cryptex. People have joined earlier on, way back those many years. They have not used all the money. You get it? So that's what it is. So let's look at the banking fee, which is the interest on the loan or the capital given. 2 years and 3-year contract, and then 5 and 7-year contract. For 2-year contract, they deduct 8.5%. 3 years is 6.75% of the starting balance. Take note of the starting balance. And then the 5-year is 5.5, and then I learned the 7-year is 5%. However, these are the estimated profit. These are estimated or expected profit. Now, these profit are mentioned, I think, people trying to derive from the past. And it does not mean that the past can be the same. You get it? So this is why we most of the time caution that these are just estimated. It does not mean, yes, it could be same, it could be less, it could be more. But just have a clue that something is going to be paid out. But we look at the 2 years, says that the 2-year, the single one will pay you 22,000. When it ends, the combo will pay you 330,000.
All right. Please, so sorry. I think network is also doing him the service. Let's just give him some time. All right, he's back. Leader is to continue, sir.
Yeah, I'm back. The network, sorry about that. Okay, once the thing is becoming interesting, then network 2 is trying to play with us. Let's go. Okay, so the 7-year contract will pay you 1.5 million. These are estimated, so do not think that it might be the same. If it's same, then we would thank God. If it is not same, we would thank God. But the truth of the matter is that regardless of whatever will come, it's always something above what you used your money to activate. Okay. Let's continue. All right. So due to the uncertain nature of the blockchain, daily returns may vary and are not guaranteed. The total returns mentioned are based on the average returns since the inception of Bytnex and are without guarantees. All right. So according to Bytnex, this is one of the things that we are trying to use to prove the legitimacy of this project. It says that for every $100 contract purchased, for every $100 contract purchase, more than immediately paid out in commissions. Is immediately paid out in commissions according to the platform. This is what we know. More than 140, you only activate a contract for $100, and this $100 immediately is paid out in commissions, in the sense that they even add up so that they can be able to pay the all levels of commission that they are supposed to pay. And this has been ongoing since the inception of Bytnex Referral and Leaders Program. Here is the thing. If profit were not genuine, this would not be mathematically sustainable. As people sometimes put like Cryptex or Bytnex is taking people's $100, blah, blah, blah. If this were not genuine, if they are not truly adding up to pay commissions, the system would have collapsed long time ago. More than 140 is paid out immediately in commissions. So let's also now go back to the back office to see other important informations. Okay, so now these are some few dashboard taking. Please, the co-host, I could see people in the waiting room. So these ones were taken long time ago, and it was when we had it called Cryptex. We had the currently, if you all go to your back office, this crest or this logo has changed to Bytnex. So this should tell this is an old screenshot. Now, if you look at the dashboard of this particular wallet holder, this wallet holder had 23 contracts. And you can see over here that as at the time this dashboard was taken, you could see that they used to have a 1 year staking contract. 1 year, which we can see here. Majority of us came to Cryptex without not seeing this kind of dashboard. Most of us came to see one particular dashboard, which we shall get there. But none of us came and saw we had this 1 year contract there. But you can see that it was there and it was written sold out. And we also had the oldest dashboard that even showed the 3 year contract sold out. Remember, in our roadmap, I was showing you one point that was telling us that somewhere in 2021, the DeFi hybrid contract 36 months, one of the oldest dashboard you can see. And you can also see over here that whatever has happened on the dashboard, they are real. Whatever you do on your dashboard gets recorded. I'm just focusing on the last withdrawal here. You can see last withdrawal is 5,950. Now, anytime there is a withdrawal that shows here, it means that the person did the withdrawal to be paid in cryptocurrency. The person did a withdrawal to be paid in cryptocurrency, so it will be recorded here. Now, when you don't do cryptocurrency withdrawal, and maybe you withdraw by sending internal transfer, you can see over here that will show your last transfer made, sent, and receive, when you receive and when you send. So these two things actually can be put into as a withdrawal. But one, you are sending it internally, and one, you are withdrawing it through cryptocurrency. That's not occurred. It will never be recorded yet. Okay, you can see out of this contract, you can see overview income total unlocked, and we have overview profit logged. The profit logged here is that this one is the one that has been logged, that the
All right, sorry guys, I think network is at it again. Okay, it's back. Thank you, leader.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, so you can see here, this is money that this person has been able to unlock from the platform, which could be withdrawn through crypto and also some through internal transfers. Okay, but let's look at it over here. We can also see carefully here that this person has some contract that was terminated. Terminated means that this contract were completed. And you can see over, you can see two contracts. And these two contracts got the person 119,458 terminated, means that it has been completed. These are old dashboard by then. Let's look at another. Okay, so most of us came to Cryptex to meet this particular dashboard. Do you know, most of us, I recall, most of us, you were seeing that DeFi 24 was closed. You were seeing 36 active, 60 active, 84 active, and you were seeing DeFi 120 was pending. Most of the people met this. It's just when they got to the new rebranded website that we are now seeing this one is off, and then we are seeing just a few ones active there, but we are not seeing this one has now been open again. But this 120, they had plans for we're all waiting that there could be a 10-year. I remember one of my downlines, we were always discussing I'm back. Sorry. Okay, so we can see from here that this withdrawal and the last send was nothing here. This withdrawal was made over here. And you can see from this person unlocked. This means that this money, 780 that this person has earned, and this one includes 8 referral commissions and completed contract. And you can see over here, you can see DeFi contract terminated is 8. DeFi terminated contract is 8. And this contract got the person 789,000. And you can see that this person got no come to my DM to us. Sir, I am not referring anyone. I don't refer people. Do you think these people, when it comes to time for payment, they say because I don't refer anyone? Please, I have an answer for you. This particular contract holder got 0 referral. 0 referral. We have 40 active contracts here. And we can see that 8 of the contract has been terminated. So this means that apparently this person was having like 48 contract. And now 8 has been paid out. And this amount was paid. Just that we are just seeing the last withdrawal. This is not the overall withdrawal. This is the last withdrawal. The last withdrawal. So the last withdrawal that was made, so probably this person has been withdrawing bit by bit, but the last one that withdrew was 76,000, and this was captured, and that is the last withdrawal. And this person had no referral. So those of you ask me that question, I think I've gotten your answer. You don't want to refer anyone. Yes, once your contract is due, you'll be paid out. We can see this is from an old dashboard. Let's also look at another dashboard. Please, those of you raising your hand, you wait. After that, you'll be allowed to ask questions or something. Okay, so let's take another dashboard. This is also another dashboard, and this one had 20 contract, and you can see this one, the 36 was sold out. So this is also part of an old dashboard. And you can see this one for this person has referrals. That's 3,325 referrals. However, let's look at the last withdrawal. The last withdrawal was 21,550. The last withdrawal, the withdrawal there is recorded only when you withdraw through cryptocurrency. And if it has not been withdrawn, it will never be captured there. However, you can also see that the total unlocked profit or income is 1 million plus. This one includes the person's referral commissions, apparently the person's leadership bonuses. You can see over here, last leader reward, the last time before this dashboard was taken, a screenshot was taken, the person has received leaders reward of 5,820. So the overall income unlocked is a combination of your referral commissions, if those that you have also referred, also refer people, and if they have also gotten a completed contract, you also earn from there. There is also a leader.
Just a minute, gang. Our leader is having network issues. I think, but yeah, he's back. He's back.
With that network. Okay, so we can see that this 5 contract paid a person 1,228,475.85, and this has to be an old dashboard. This has to be an old dashboard, and this is the whole money that this person has gotten from. And this is not just commissions. This one includes what? A completed contract. I think I also have another dashboard. The dashboard I took were about 7. Okay. This one also. You can see this one also has 47 contract. You can see this one had just 3 referrals. You get it? So whether you refer or you don't refer, we saw somebody who didn't refer has gotten their paid out. Somebody who referred is also getting their paid out. You get it? So everywhere you are, you can refer, you cannot refer. The whole thing is you have built a business or a future yourself. Okay, so we can see this one, the last withdrawal. Let me also repeat, the last withdrawal means that a withdrawal was made through cryptocurrency to be paid out. And so the last withdrawal is 100,580. 100,580. This one hasn't qualified for any leaders reward because it has only 3 people here. But this person, total income unlocked. Unlocked means that this money was made available for withdrawal. 10 contracts were terminated. The termination here simply means completed. Take note of that. Terminated means completed. So 10 contracts were terminated. And so if you look at it carefully, you can see that then it means that this person was having about 57 contracts. Because currently this dashboard has an active running of what? 47. And this also happens to be most of the dashboard that we also came to meet. That are the 24-month closed and the 120-month pending. And so this 10 contract gave the person 985,842,000. That was unlocked. And the last withdrawal this person made was the 100,580. Should there be another dashboard? Yes, this 21 contract, let me see, 21 contract, and this person had 9 downlines directly, but they have 77 referrals now. And then we can see the last withdrawal was 96,700. The withdrawal year means withdrawal was made through crypto. All right. At that time, this dashboard was showing the 1 year and 36 months sold out. Now let's look at the unlocked profit or unlocked income. This means that this is the money that has been unlocked and this person has withdrawn. So we can see from here 6 contracts terminated, 1 million terminated, 694,000. All right. Back. Last withdrawals are all in forms of withdrawal. Take note of that. However, this person had unlocked 2 million plus, and this 2 million plus includes their reward from referrals, taking commissions, their terminated contract leaders, commissions and stuff. And so we can see this one at terminated 4 contracts. So it stands to reason that as at that time, this person had 29 contracts, which 4 had been terminated. And so this 4 gave the person 316,000 plus, which has been terminated. This person has about 8,955 referrals. Okay. And as at that time, this person was sitting on a lot profit of 7 million plus. And this is an old dashboard, so you can tell if this person, majority of the contract has not been terminated. This person is sitting around almost more than 50 million under profit locked. And currently, once they have been getting paid out, the person might have also bought some additional contract. You get it? But these are old dashboard. And you can see this person is a super leader. You can see at the top here, super leader. The rank is showing here, super leader. Okay. All right, I think this is the last one. Okay, so this is the last one. So this last one has 40 contract, and we can see this person has 26,109. So leaders, referrals unlocked is 5 million plus. And you can see 15 contract has been terminated. The last withdrawal has to be 150 million. Sorry, $150,000. But this person has unlocked this income, and this income are earned earnings that have been taken out. All right. This also most of the dashboard that we all came to meet, where it was having the 24 close, the pending 120. All right, so this particular screenshot is also from one of the completed contract, which this man did a documentation 3. And so it was this man that reviewed that whenever your contract completes, creditors will send you an email congratulating you and then showing you the amount that has been going to be booked to your back office, and then you'll be asked to withdraw for security reasons, withdraw all the profit or whatever. So this is the man's dashboard. All right, so putting all together, accounts order as a contract. One contract costs $100. You can also look at it for a combo, which is $1,000. A combo, which is $1,000. The bank provides the capital to the DeFi staking contract. Staking generates data insured by an insurance company. At the end of the contract term, the capital lends to the DeFi staking contract is paid back to the bank. All parties stands to profit from each and every contract. In conclusion, testimonies of the past by some anonymous members getting paid off their completed contract were part of the majority deciding to participate in Bytnex. But the ultimate validation of Bytnex structure is included in the successful completion and payout of individual contracts to reaffirm those chat room. This is where I will end my presentation and probably take few questions if there are, and then we'll be out of here. Please, in case you have a question, you can. You have maybe a question, clarification to make, you can raise your hand. You'll be allowed to speak. If you cannot, you can also maybe put it in the comments section. Then you'll be allowed to speak. You'll be read and then answered. Those also, in case you are watching on YouTube, you can also put your question through the live chat over there, just in case. But I don't think we got to 100, so everybody is in the room here. All right, so by the count of 10, after the 10th normal, then the hands raising will be allowed to talk. The hands raising will be allowed to talk. So somebody is asking, what's my YouTube? It's my name. I am Eastwood there. But I think if you check the WhatsApp group, the link, the YouTube link to this meeting that was sent there, it should give you the name. I think it's my Eastwood that I know that I've been using to watch videos and all that. So you can check the whole thing there. So at the count of 10, those hands up will be allowed if it is 2 or 3 or 4. At the count of 10, the 10th number, please, no one will be allowed to raise their hand again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you very much. We have only 5 hands risen. Maggie, Rutimi, Gordy, Omotola, Derek. These are the people that they raised their hand. So they are only the people that will be allowed to speak here. So first we start from Maggie. So I will ask you to unmute yourself. Maggie, please unmute yourself. And let's hear you.
Good evening, Eastwood and the rest of
Good
the
evening, madam.
panel. Yes. Yes, my name is Maggie, a proud member of Bytnex. Thank you for the wonderful presentation and the layout, sort of a lecture. Your presentation is not only a presentation, but it lectures one to understand the depth of this opportunity. So my question is on the bundles, which is the we call it bundles, those 15 contracts when you buy it for
Yeah,
2-3 years. When I look at the breakdown of the deductions that happens in each contract, I see on the 2 years bundle, it shows $210 the contract fee, the insurance premiums is 210.
yeah,
So my
yeah,
question is it not supposed to be 210 times 15 or times 10? Shouldn't it be that? But I only see
okay.
210 on the 2 years.
Yeah, so if you look at the details of that contract, you're going to see the uh, premium to be 210. That 210 is a single one, so it will be multiplied by the 15 to be deducted. So going forward, if you know that time that you did that, you activated that contract, check the date. When you are approaching the end of the date, look at the
Mm,
profit you have accumulated.
mm,
Now, after the date comes, you're going to see that they will deduct about times 15 of the 210. That is going to be the fee on the combo. The 210 is for a single contract. So since it is 15 in the pool, they will be deducting 15 by the 210. If it is also 5 years and 3 years too, it is also by 15. You get it? So it is
okay.
not just one. The one there is just telling you the unit that will be taken. But since it is 15, they will be multiplying by 15. So do this I've told you. Check the date. When the date is approaching for these deductions, check your total profit for that 2 year contract. And after few days after the date, go and check. You're going to see some about almost about 2,000 plus have been taken off as a fee. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're
Second
welcome.
question. I
Okay.
just had two questions. This is the last question.
Okay.
I see on one of the dashboards that you've been presenting, there was a 12 months contract and a 36 months contract that were sold out.
Yeah.
So possibly that was quite a long time ago. But
Exactly.
Mina, when I came into Cryptex, it was showing the 24 months sold out,
Yeah.
and it was showing the
120
120 uh,
pending.
pending. So
Yeah.
my question to you is that surely there was a 12 months contract which was maybe sold out, but the 36 months, I was not aware that it was once sold out. Perhaps they brought it back. Am I correct to say so?
Yeah. The first set of them were sold out according to their roadmap somewhere in 2021.
Okay.
And then they reintroduce it. Now there was also a 12-month contract. And I think the 12-month contract might be my thought. They launched the thing in 2019 officially, and there was a pre-sale in Singapore. So I am thinking maybe that 1 year contract form part of the pre-sale because pre-sale, they are trying to still put that system into practice to see how it's going to run. That's my thought. So there were 1 year contract like that, but I'm not sure they're going to bring it back. If it were pre-sale, I'm not sure they're going to bring it back. Somebody was saying that, but they have brought 2 years back, so there's a likelihood that 1 year will come. I doubt. Okay, I'm not part of the team. If they bring it back, we are ready to buy some as well. You get it. So I
Okay.
believe I've answered your.
Okay. All right. Just last question, even if you don't answer,
Uh,
fine. Are you a leader, my leader? Have you reached the leadership rank?
I'm
Personally.
your leader. No, I've not reached leadership rank
Oh,
yet.
okay, no problem.
The stuff that I know are just personal research I do. That's what doesn't make me a leader.
Oh, okay, all right. No, that's
All
fine.
right.
Thank
All
you.
right. You're welcome, madam.
Oh.
Okay, so Rutimi, please unmute yourself. Let's hear you. If you are still here, Rutimi. All right.
Hi, good evening from Nigeria. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for the presentation. All good. So
Thank you,
my
sir.
question is this: you were talking about let me see, that you may based on whatever contract or something, that you may get more or less, something about a rise and fall. That, like, in your earlier presentation, you were saying that you and somebody may buy the same kind of contract and your payouts may not necessarily be the same. I hope I'm putting you
I
correctly.
think you missed it. You missed it.
Okay.
I was saying that we are told that, example, a 36-month contract, we are told that you're going to earn 35,000. And I was saying that this 35,000 probably has to be with people that they joined this project long time ago and they received this kind of amount of money. But you must understand that these are estimated. So it does not mean that we also will receive the same amount. If we receive the same amount, fine. It could be the same, it could be more, it could be less. All things being equal, whatever you shall receive, it is always going to be better above what you used to activate the contract. Do you get the question well now? I didn't say that when somebody, you and I will buy the same contract, I may receive more. It is not ours. I'm just referring to the old people. So Rotimi, do you understand now? Please unmute yourself so I can get to the next person.
Okay.
All right.
I get it now. I get it.
All right.
So the main thing is whatever you use to activate your contract, your payout will actually be better, far better than the initial activation payment then.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome,
Thank you.
sir. Okay, so Godi, please unmute yourself. Let's hear you. If Godi is still around, yeah?
Yes,
And you
yes,
mute yourself.
yes. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for work you do. I learned a lot of what you teach. We should
Welcome, sir.
we could have person knowledge A to Z, what's going in blockchain technology. I think you're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you, sir.
And keep bringing more to us. We can learn from you. Okay.
All right.
I have you mentioned about the fee in Bytnex, get it? Like $35, $30 a month.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how long you've been with them, and I think maybe almost 3 years coming up. So what I read a long time ago, I don't know. Maybe I read their website someplace. I think I saved it. They said we give us 1%, 1.7% every time, and also they get themselves also 1%. Did you see any place in talking about that?
Okay, you are talking of that aspect. We had it in the old website.
Yes.
That has to do with green planting, right? Green
Okay.
planting, where each day your earnings that you get, they will take 1% and they will also add 1% for green planting. This was
Oh,
on the old website. But so some of the a contract like the 5 and 7 year contract has that particular aspect that whatever you earn every day, they will take
okay.
1% and they also add 1%. It's an initiating that they are doing. It was under the old website. But I think this new website, because it is still under synchronization, probably let's give them some time. All these will show up again. But the 2 and the 3 years doesn't have that particular one. It's you are trying to give back to the community. That's what they were explaining the green plans. Give back to the
Okay.
community. So 1% will be taken from your daily profit, and they add 1% for the green planting. You get it?
Okay.
I did a video on that on the old website. I'll look for it and
Okay.
maybe share it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. You know what I'm thinking was, you know, even the way you put it together in the $30, you know, you can make over billion dollar every time, you know.
Yeah.
If we can get also 1% from every contract, that's
Yeah.
that's a lot of money. That's what I'm thinking. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
and
Welcome, sir.
bring more ideas and give us, and we can learn from you. And thank you for everything what you do.
All right, thank you very much. I'll be starting my classes again somewhere in June. I used to do them on Tuesdays for learning, but I
Mhm.
put some people there for some particular classes, which I'll be done this week. We did it for like 2 months. So I'll resume. I'll take some few rest and resume for that classes. When that link is shared, you can join. Come, let's join,
Yeah.
learn together. Thank you very much, sir.
I and before I go, I want one suggestion. It I'm not living in Africa. I'm here in the United States. You know what I seen in South Africa, the laws change. I don't. It's a lot of things change in South Africa, but cryptocurrency. I think next time, you know,
Okay.
when you come back, you know, maybe think about how we can teach our group or these people in what kind wallet.
Okay. Okay, this has
That's
been extensively explained in the various WhatsApp groups, but we will look at it. Maybe I think that various payouts, they have a whole lot of things that they'll be sharing with their team and what they should do. So I think they will be doing that as well. However, generally, we can also be doing those things whilst we are all approaching that D-Day. So it's well noted. Thank you, sir.
all right. Thank you. Okay. Bye.
All right, so Omotola, please unmute yourself. Let's hear you. If Omotola is still around with us. Omotola, is it Motorola or Motorola instead? Motorola, please, Motorola. Can you unmute yourself if you are still around?
Good evening, sir. I don't know whether it's me.
Yeah, it's you. Your name there is Motorola,
Hello?
right? That's the name I'm seeing.
No. Okay. My name
That
in the I use in my phone is Imayuma, but my name is Chidima. Maybe I will change it. But my phone is
But what
Motorola.
I'm seeing here, the name I'm seeing on there, yes, it's Motorola. That's what I'm seeing. So please, yes, hear you.
Okay. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Sir, thank you for your teaching. Today is my first time joining this Zoom meeting.
Okay.
I'm in Austria. So I'm glad what I hear today. But the thing is, the main question I want to ask, you have already cleared that one. Like saying if somebody did not refer, the person will still get pay. So because when I join with somebody that is afraid. I'm afraid anyway. It's not only me because things that is happening in the world, scam and everything. So even when I'm telling people, come and join, they will still tell me, refine me to the one that happened before in Nigeria, MM. Maybe people here maybe will know about that one. So please, sir, I want you to clarify me this. Is this program now you are telling us that the budget is real so that I will have confidence if I'm telling people, look at this, because people like most of people or my sisters will tell me, Auntie, it's a scam, oh, don't put your money, oh, blah, blah, blah. That kind of a thing. Someone will be afraid. But now you are teaching, or the person that referred me, Mr. Paul, and the other, my sister, through her, I got to this place. Everybody, they have the confidence and, but I'm afraid, and a lot of people are afraid. Please, sir, can you
Okay,
educate me?
thank you very much. Thank you very much. One thing is it is not compulsory to refer. So don't give yourself headache. However, if you follow the presentation very well, and up to the point that we are talking about, even the $30 they deduct from each contract, we are talking of how much these project operators earn. That is enough to tell you or suggest to you what they do. Also, we also look at that aspect where a contract of $100, once activated, that money is paid out in commission, where they even add difference to it so that they'll be able to pay all the levels of commissions that they are supposed to pay. That is also another way that. Thirdly, if you feel like you want to promote it, and people still doubting it, I always tell people that the best evidence or the best testimony is the one that you have witnessed yourself. You can just relax, wait for yours to end. Once your money is paid you, then you have a very solid evidence you can use to tell other people. Because most people, once they get their money, they will hardly show you those proofs. You get it? So that's why I would rather walk us through the dashboard of what has happened in the past. These ones, they never shared the money that entered their wallet, but these things have happened. And that's what I can tell you. So if for now people are not too sure, and even if yourself you are not too sure, what I can suggest is once you have activated some contract, just relax, stay put, wait for that contract to deliver. Once that contract delivered, then you yourself feely you see that this thing that is real low. And here you have a personal testimony to share. That's what I can say. Please, I have answered you. I think she has left the meeting. All right, so let's take the last person, Derek. When I was counting, it was up to Derek, but I'm seeing iPhone raise your hand.
Hello.
I will be tempted not to call you. Hello, please, let's hear you.
Okay. Thank you so much. I have been struggling to unmute. Only that I didn't know that it's until your time to speak comes is when you are given the chance to unmute. So I'm grateful for the teachings. I've been following quite a number of the Zoom meetings in different days, and I'm glad to have listened to you today. You've explained very well. I want to request just a little bit on understanding of the timing for the contract. I have some of the contracts I even bought one today. I signed into one today, but my challenge is that the earlier contracts that I have, I cannot track the time. Like now, it doesn't tell you you've been on since the first contract was signed. It is now 2 months, 1 month, 1 year, something like that. I don't see that period count down. I don't know whether there's a place you could guide me to see the countdown of my days, because I want to also celebrate the milestone of the time I've spent on the platform to see how I am nearing my destiny. That's one. Then the other thing you mentioned is that we pay, the amount is displayed, the profit you have is displayed in US dollars, but we will be paid in Bitcoin. So I was wondering, the current display platform that we have, you will see the profit earned, the profit from staking, and the profit you earned, which is in US dollars. Do we also have a corresponding amount in Bitcoin so that we get used to the rate at which the Bitcoin will come? Because now, if finally the payment will be done in Bitcoin, then the value in US dollar can be quite misleading or difficult for somebody to relate when now, lastly, you're just told this is the amount of Bitcoin you have. Assume it's a 0.1, and you're used to seeing a profit growing of maybe 1 million or 2 million of US dollars. So I don't know, is there a way that the amount can be, I can also see how much I have in Bitcoin and how much I have in the US dollar.
Okay.
So that the relationship can be
thank
found.
you very much. Okay, thank you very much. Let's take it from the last one. You'll be paid in Bitcoin per what your earnings in the USD is. So if your earnings in USDT is, let's say, $30,000, when your payment day is in, and if it's today, you are seeing 30,000, you withdrew 30,000, you'll be paid 30,000 equivalents of BTC as at the time your withdrawal is made. So if BTC goes up, you see that your 30,000 will be paid in BTC, which is 30,000, but you'll be collecting something which is not up to 0.5 BTC. But if BTC goes down, you'll be seeing that if you were initially supposed to maybe receive 0.35 BTC, because it has gone down, it can give you a little bit on top of it. But in the end, you are still going to receive that USD equivalence in BTC. So if it's 35,000, it's going to be in that equivalence of BTC. If it is 400,000, it's going to be in equivalence of BTC, whether BTC is up or down. Okay. Now, the second question has to do with, you want to see your contract details. Now, yes, initially, everybody was seeing their contract info, the details where you can see the remaining days and all that. But after the 15th to 22nd November maintenance, some contracts are not being seen. Now there is a solution. Now there is a new email address out. You have to get back to your app planner to give you. Yours has to do, you want to view all your contract. You can write to them simple English. Don't write plenty. Your contracts are not showing the details. You state your contract wallet address, and then you send. Don't write plenty English and don't add any pictures. No, just simple. Before this solution came, initially people were saying that those that they were not seeing this, they said that they activated a new contract and it brought them back. But I have not authenticated that to know if it was. But now there is an ongoing handling of this request that your issue can be handled. Just get back to your app planner, request for the new email. Maro posted it when we requested it personally from him. And so this has been posted in various WhatsApp groups. Get that email address and write to them. Your issue falls under viewing all contract, and I am very sure it will be worked on for you. I think I've answered the question, all the questions for you. Yes, all right, that's great. Should I take the last person? I'm seeing this man did not, I don't know whether a man or woman, but let me allow you, then you will be out of here. So iPhone, please, I don't know your real name, but you can unmute yourself very quick and so that we can be out of here.
Okay. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Yeah, thank you. I'm calling from London. My name is Maureen. I bought a contract in 2023, 1,000 for 3 years.
Okay.
So one of the issues was this one the Derek mentioned now. I could see the date I started in October, but I'm not seeing the date I will end this year, though I was seeing it before. I called my helpliner. She's in Lagos, and she said, oh, nobody is seeing you. During that time, they will, tell you that it's up or not. So, but you have clarified it now that I have to call her, that there's an email going around. She has to give it to me to know. Or if I don't get it, will I not be paid at the end of my 3-year contract?
Okay, you'll be paid. This, you see, the activation, everything has to do with smart contract. And once smart contract is deployed, when you activate a contract, the day that you activate that contract, that same time, it gets deployed on the blockchain. Everything has been picked. Just that at your back office, you are not seeing the details of your whole thing, but your contract is still running. The date is still intact. When the date is due, smart contract will release it. It will release it. Just that you're not seeing it at your back office.
My second question is, how many contracts can someone buy and reach the maximum? So can I buy 2?
Okay.
I bought 15 at a go. Can I buy more for 15s? how many contracts to reach 70 or 80? Or do I, if I have, because I have bought this 36 months
Okay.
for 1 year, do I need, can I buy 2 years?
Okay.
That's okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think a talk with one of the leaders said that when it comes to the combo, which is that 15
Yeah.
units, three combos, and then so in all the 2 and the 3 years will give you 8 combos. And that is what the leader, when I was in a chat with, actually said. But the total maximum that they said you can have, some were saying that it's supposed to be 120, 130. However, I tell people that, we cannot tell the maximum. Once you are buying contract and it keeps on going, because I know somebody who has 130, 170 something contracts now and did not write to support for extension. So the thing is that you can only write to support for extension when you are trying to purchase contract. Maybe I have bought to, let's say, 300 contract, and I'm trying to add more, and that system tells me that failure or fail to process. Then maybe I have to write support and tell them that I'm trying to activate the contract, but it says fail to activate. That means that maybe. So until you have seen that feedback, until you have seen, that is my thought. But per what the leader said, if it is combo, it should be 3 years, should be 3 packs of the combo. 2 years should be 5 packs of the combo. And it says that in all, you're supposed to have 130 contract or something, but it can exceed, because just recently we saw somebody with 300 and something contract. You get it. So just buy what you can afford. That's what I always say.
God bless you. Thank you. I have now
God bless
understood
you.
it. I thought that because I have bought 115, I can't buy more to maybe 215s again for 3 years, or
No, you can buy it.
315s for.
You can buy for the 3 years, you can buy 3 packs of them for the 15 by 3. And then the 2 years you can buy 5 of them, which is 15 by 5.
God bless
you.
you.
Can buy
Thank you very much.
All right.
It's a
You're
pleasure,
welcome.
please. You have made me have some
Thank
hope
you.
tonight. God bless you.
Thank you.
So when are you
Thank
having
All
another
right.
Zoom meeting, please?
Okay, actually my Zooms are on Mondays only.
Mm.
My Zooms are on
Or at
Mondays
this
only.
particular time?
And we have yes, that is the same time, 6:30 p.m.
Okay.
Ghana
And
time, 6:30 Ghana
and
time.
nobody can reach you. Can you give me your number to reach you, please?
If you are in any of the groups, I am the one who posted the meeting link, so you can get back to me. But first of all, whatever been the issue, talk with your upliner first. Where your upliner is unable
My
to, you can.
upliner is thinking is not real. They haven't seen anybody who have won.
It's okay.
So why do
It's
I
okay.
think it's real?
It's
They
okay.
keep
So
on
you can get my number
discouraging
from
me.
there. I get people. Yeah, you can get my number from there. I don't know the group that you are in, but I can also put
A
my
friend
number
just
here.
a lady just said, "Auntie, join." I don't have any group to join, but I know that there
I'm
was a
just
number from
No
Ghana.
problem. I'm just putting my number here in the comment box in case you can just get back.
God bless you, so that
I've just put it there. I have posted it in the group, in the comment section.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
You're welcome.
God bless you.
Please,
Thanks.
thank you very much.
Thanks.
I
God
think
bless. Bye-bye.
this is where we will end. I think this is where we'll end. I don't know. Yeah. No more answer again. Please, we caught this hands up.
Thank you.
And then
Yeah, you have done my pruning.
The person, I don't know. Let me take this last person. Please be quick. Just one question. Be quick. I've unmuted you. Be quick and let me hear you. Gastro or something, please.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Eastwood. Thank you so much for the presentation.
Okay.
I'm called Gasore Zacharias from Rwanda, but based in Nairobi. So it's just a simple question regarding to the contracts. We have a contract of 5 years. We are still now there is a sign of minus. So do you have any clarification about that, please? Thank you so much.
Okay, I think that has been handled several times. Per what we have been told, this is a mere system glitch, and so shouldn't have too much worry about it, because per the information, it says that it's a system glitch which they are working on. And since none of us, our 5-year is due, our 5-year is not due tomorrow. So we have to exercise some patience so that it will be worked on. But they are working on it as well. So not only you, almost everyone who is having 5- and 7-year contract is seeing that negative figure. And it's a system glitch which are being worked on. So let's give them some time. Since none of us are 5 years or 7 years, it's maturing tomorrow. So let's give them time.
Thank you so much.
They can.
And another small regarding to the email. So if he, for example, I have forget my password of email, is it possible to?
Yes, you can write. You, I think, are you Madam Tilly's brother?
No.
Who is your upliner?
My upline is someone from Rwanda called the Jean de Dieu.
But are you in any, which group are you in? Are you in my personal group?
Yeah, I'm in that group of East Africa. I saw you posting something for us.
Yeah, so you have to scroll through that group. You have to scroll through
where
the
there is
email. The email
others.
was sent there. So get that email and write to them stating your issue of your password, something. Don't write long.
I'm in this group called Bytnex 100 Retirement.
Yeah, so I think that message has been sent us some days ago, or you can request for it again and it will be reposted, so that you get that email and then you write them for that
okay, thank you.
issue to be resolved. All right, so thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all for joining. See you next Monday. Thanks to my co-host. You did well for me. You helped out in making the room very conducive for the presentation. I will buy you mod. So I'll send the mod through WhatsApp. You get it and drink it. All right. So thank you very much, guys. See you like next Monday, God willing. Bye-bye.